Hi, today I want to talk to you about LeBron James. LeBron James, I've been following him since 2001, so it's going to be 20 years since his name I first saw in the Slam article. The Slam magazine used to come in my mail, and I used to mention all the players in high school. They used to cover all the players in high school, so they covered LeBron James at the time. And I think they were the first ones to really cover him. So his name was always in my mind. And then around 2002, 2003, during his junior, senior year, ESPN was broadcasting his basketball high school games. I think that was like the first time a high school team got their own broadcast on ESPN. So those were some good times for, Mr. James, as far as he was getting a lot of popularity, a lot of articles in the magazines, Sports Illustrated, Slam magazine, and other magazines. And the main talk about LeBron at the time that I remember was that he played a game with Antoine Walker from the Celtics used to hang out with LeBron, or he called LeBron, and he said that LeBron didn't have time to go to the shoot around with him, something like that. Like it basically showed in the article that LeBron was too good for even Antoine Walker. so that was the history of LeBron James. That's how it started. But my fascination with LeBron James grew really during his last year in his high school, when his games were getting popular and he was going to get drafted. And when he got drafted by Cleveland, obviously it was a big deal at the time, and people wanted to see his highlights of his first game, and he didn't disappoint. He made a big impact that first year when he came to the NBA. The thing is that that first year, around 2004 season, 5 season, 6 season, when he came in the 4th season, that was the year that Jordan had retired. So Jordan had just retired the previous year, so he missed Jordan by just a few months, and then Jordan retired and from the Wizards, and we never saw a LeBron versus Jordan battle. But when LeBron was playing in his rookie year and second year, third year, the expectations for him were always high. Especially when they declared him the king. But the one thing that really stood out was how dominant he could be, and the flashes of his physical abilities at a young age that he showed, the power of his dunks, I think he did a dunk in his rookie year where he had a lot of airtime. So it was just fun to watch, and pretty much everybody who grew up watching Jordan kind of was looking forward, that's the key word, was looking forward for LeBron to be the one that takes the keys from Michael Jordan and carries his legacy and becomes the next GOAT or whatever. And it pretty much looked like he was going to do it because he was in Cleveland. It was a storybook draft, and he was from Cleveland. He got drafted by Cleveland, so everything was hitting the right notes as far as with LeBron James. By 2007, which would be his 4, 5, 6, and 4th year, he did something that was like, wow, this guy is gonna be the one to carry the Jordan brand or Jordan legacy forward, or he's going to be the next one that we look to after Jordan. And what he did that was so special was when he had that 25-point fourth quarter against Detroit Pistons, and everybody knew Detroit as a team that beat the Lakers, the 04 Lakers. So Detroit was one of those, they had a name for themselves. So when he beat that team with the same players, I believe, even though that team was older, but he still beat them, and he did like a 25-point quarter. He had a 25-point quarter. That impressed us, and that made a lot of us who grew up watching Jordan, begin to, have expectations. That's the key word, expectations from LeBron James. especially from 2007. And then he makes the finals in 2007. So that just, that just adds to the expectations. Even though he got swept in the '07 finals, no biggie. He was only 22 at the time, and we were like, well, he got there at a young age, so that's good. It wasn't after the 2009 year that I remember actually during the 2009 playoffs that he had a game winner against the Orlando Magic, I think. And I'm not reading any notes, so I'm just top of my head what I remember. And in '09 he had a buzzer beater, and that was like the shot in a sense. People said, oh, that's like the shot. I was like, oh yeah, it's good. Hopefully he'll get back to the finals. But then the Magic beat him. He never got over the Magic, and even in 10, I think the Magic beat him again. And that's the year that Dwight Howard was like 9, because in 2009 Dwight made the finals, so he beat LeBron, and I think 10 again they beat LeBron. So LeBron's legacy took a little hit there, according to me. Again, it's all opinion based, but since I was alive back then, and I grew up in the Jordan era, but I remember that in those years as well. So I remember it was like, oh man, that's too bad. He couldn't get over the hump. And then finally that decision came. It was, I think, the summer of 2010 when he was going to leave Cleveland. So it just felt like unfulfilled what happened in Cleveland, So then that Jordan comparison, the people that grew up watching Jordan, the part where Jordan toughed it out, sticked with the Bulls, and that 91 season, overcame the Detroit Pistons. Since us Jordan folks, that's something that we always admire Michael Jordan for that 91 season when he came over the hump. We never saw that over the hump from LeBron, because after 2010 to 2011, he went to Miami Heat and joined the super team, which was exciting for a lot of us. It was like, oh, okay, awesome, this is something new. He's joining a super team, and at the time, it was something brand new and exciting for a lot of people. So, even though his legacy took a little hit, it was like, oh no, he'll win with the super team, and he'll show what type of player he is. Like, he'll show his true point guard skills or something like that. That was the image that I had of LeBron. So no, he's gonna get better, and he'll probably be the best player. But again, going back to Jordan, the way Jordan's career went, and how Jordan overcame the bad boys. The script for Jordan was just far better than what LeBron's script has been his entire career. LeBron's script after that 2011, if say he would have stayed with Cleveland in 2011, and with that team that he had lost to the Magic, and say in 2011 he overcomes all the hurdles and he wins a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2011, I don't think his legacy would have taken a hit that much, because 2011 would have been like the anniversary of the 91 Bulls, if I'm not mistaken correctly. So that would have been like, 20 years later, LeBron, how 20 years ago in 91 when Jordan took the Bulls to the finals, in 2011, 20 years later, LeBron takes the Cavaliers to the finals and wins a championship. Say that had happened, I think that would have been a storybook right there. And LeBron would have only been, say, 25, 26 years old. He would have been younger than what Michael Jordan would have been, because MJ was 28 years old when he won his first championship. And if you do a countdown, I guess, from MJ came in the 85 season, he was 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. So 6 years with no championships. Then 7th year, MJ won a championship. So LeBron, he came in at 04 season, 04, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So LeBron, I think, had 8 years with no championships. And then finally, he won a championship with Miami in 2012. But, when I'm counting all these things, it makes me realize that, Yeah, it took a LeBron more years than Jordan to win a championship, but he did not win it with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He won it with the Miami Heat, and then he finally did win one with the Cavaliers. But I think for us, Jordan, who grew up watching Jordan, I think we would have forgiven LeBron had he been more dominant in the 011 series, because he made the finals, but just things happen. I guess he was adjusting to a lot of things. But like I said, it's just when you saw Michael Jordan play, and you saw how he won the championships, and even when he lost the 95 season to the Orlando Magic, you could feel his loss. You could see that he was trying. When it came to LeBron, for some odd reason, that especially that 11 season when he was in the finals, it was a letdown for a lot of us, because that 11 season that would have been LeBron's eighth year, 7th or 8th year. So by that time, you kind of wanted him to show his dominance. We wanted to see the tiger from LeBron James, and we never got to see that. But then, but 12 and 13, he does, he does dominate. But if you compare it to the Jordan legacy, it does take you feel the difference. If you follow the Jordan legacy and you follow the LeBron legacy, you could feel the difference, the lack of dominance from LeBron. But remember, in 2007, he did dominate the Detroit Pistons with that 25-point outburst. So that gave the people who looked at LeBron as the next carrying the torch of Michael Jordan, that gave us hope that he was going to carry the torch. But yeah, you can say he carries the torch because of his popularity, Space Jam 2, 4 championships, but there's that but. It's not what Jordan did. Jordan was different. If you want to say, oh, he's better than Jordan, then no, it's not that. That's not it. If you saw Jordan play, you saw something that we haven't seen since. What LeBron did with 4 championships, the way he did it, it's not the same way Jordan did it. The way Jordan did it was with a dominant fashion. He was the MVP of all 6 championships. Of all 6 championships, Jordan was the MVP, the finals MVP. Jordan never lost the finals. LeBron did. Even though LeBron made a lot of finals, that made us hope more that he would win more championships. But as you know, LeBron has lost more finals than he has won, I think. But with all that being said, when Jordan played his game, the style, everything was different. He was more balanced, and you saw Jordan grow more. With LeBron, he came into the league and he learned how to shoot the ball better. Better in a sense that there's still a lot of things that lack in LeBron James' game, like some of the post up, the way he does his footwork, the balance and all that stuff. Like when he goes for a dunk, it's not the same. It doesn't give you the same he doesn't give the same artistic expression that fulfills like Jordan did. Jordan gave this artistic expression. Now, I'm not faulting LeBron for it, but what I'm saying is when we label Jordan as the GOAT, it's there's a lot of things that go into it. There's the championships, yes. There's the dominance, yes. There's the multiple MVPs, yes. But there's also this artisticness about Jordan that just makes him, makes him like Muhammad Ali or Babe Ruth. Like he has a legacy. Like he looks like a legend. He feels like a legend. And when he played like a legend. So he has that artistic ability that just, he did things in a very special way, in a very Cinderella story type way, especially the last championship that Jordan won, that last winning shot when he had his hands up for that game winner and he makes the game winner. That was just awesome. And with LeBron, I do like LeBron, but when people compare him to Michael Jordan, it's sad to see it, because he ain't Michael Jordan. I'll sign out.